Hello, my name is Kyle Packer, and I'm a senior planner for the town of Oro Valley and host of this informational community outreach video. Thank you for tuning into the very first step of the public outreach process for a property owner's new proposal for a master development plan for a 73-acre property located near the northeast intersection of Lambert Lane and La Cholla Boulevard. Our goal is to ensure everyone is provided with information regarding upcoming public outreach opportunities, the applicant's proposal, and next steps. The number one objective is to invite you to participate. The town requires all development plan applicants to engage in community outreach at the front end of the process, as it's important to hear your comments and questions early. Your participation absolutely matters. Community input has shaped every development plan application in Oro Valley. Please help us spread the word about this proposal and video. Notices have been mailed to neighbors, and the site has been posted with yellow signs in multiple locations. If you weren't notified and wish to be in the future, please send us a request with your name and address to ask@orovalleyaz.gov. This video is the first step in the process and is intended to help prepare you for the upcoming neighborhood meeting. Later in this video, we'll map out what the anticipated project timeline looks like. It's also important to establish that this request is primarily to develop private property. All property owners have the right to request a review of their development proposals, and this is not the town's proposal, it is the property owners. It is their charge to create, justify, and seek town council consideration and approval of their proposal. Furthermore, when the town receives a development plan request, we are required by law to provide due process. As of today, February 14th, we do not have a formal submittal from the property owner, but we do anticipate one in the near future. A pre-application concept for the site has been provided, and you'll hear more about that directly from the property owner's representative, Mr. Paul Oland, later in the video. Here are the steps we're going to follow. First, I'll walk through the public participation process and the anticipated timeline for the project. Second, I'll briefly discuss the applicant's proposal and provide key background information about the property and the town's review criteria. Third, I'll introduce Mr. Oland, who's representing the property owner. He'll walk us through the what and why of the property owner's site proposal. Additional information has been posted to www.ovprojects.com, and it will be continually updated as the town receives a formal application and additional information. Let's get started. A neighborhood meeting will be held on March 3rd at 6 p.m. in the Town Council Chambers at Town Hall. You can participate in the meeting either in person or online via Zoom. Please visit ovprojects.com for instructions on participating online. The purpose of the meeting will be to have the applicant introduce their project, hear from you, and address any questions, comments, or concerns you may have. You can always provide those via email at any point by sending them to ask@orovalleyaz.gov. Throughout this process, there are a number of additional opportunities for public input. Following a formal submittal, staff will work with the applicant on achieving code compliance. Following code compliance, a second neighborhood meeting will be held. The application requires consideration by the Planning and Zoning Commission at a public meeting, and they'll vote to provide a formal recommendation to Town Council, who will hear the project at their own Town Council meeting. However, it's important to note that this, as currently proposed, this project is not a rezoning or a discretionary ask. If the project is compliant with the zoning code, the town must approve it. Therefore, the focus of discussion at the upcoming meetings should be on design, not the uses, which are already permitted by the zoning code. Now, I'd like to orient everyone with respect to the subject property. It's approximately 73 acres located at the northeast corner of Lambert Lane and La Cholla Boulevard and outlined here in yellow. It's bounded to the north by the Cañada Hills subdivision, La Cholla to the west, Lambert Lane Park to the east, and Lambert Lane to the south. The applicant's proposal is to develop code-compliant uses in each of the different zoning areas, and I'll go into more detail on that on the next slide. As you can see, this involves a mixture of detached single-family homes on the north and east of the site, townhomes centrally located along La Cholla Boulevard and Lambert Lane, and then a commercial center on the corner. The applicant will provide additional detail during his presentation. It's worth noting that the zoning for these properties was established when they were part of Pima County. Several years later, in 2002, the town of Oro Valley annexed these parcels, at which point translational zoning applied the closest equivalent zoning of the receiving jurisdiction as required by state law. Each of the uses as proposed is permitted within the respective zoning. On the right side, you can see the zoning for the property with light tan indicating the R110 residential zoning where the detached homes on 12,000 square foot lots are proposed. The two brown rectangles show the R6 zoning where multifamily apartments and single-family townhomes and condominiums are permitted. Finally, the red area shows where C2 zoning permits office, retail, restaurant, and similar uses. Again, because the uses are permitted, residents should come prepared to discuss questions and concerns regarding design elements of the project. These types of applications are reviewed for conformance with the Your Voice, Our Future General Plan and Town of Oro Valley Zoning Code, with specific emphasis on compatibility with surrounding properties, open space preservation, protection of view sheds, as well as traffic and parking. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Oland for his presentation.
It's Paul Oland with Paradigm Land, representing D.R. Houghton in the property. As Mr. Packer mentioned, the property is located at the northeast corner of the Cholla Boulevard and Lambert Lane and is currently zoned for single-family residential, multifamily residential, and commercial development. D.R. Houghton will be developing the single-family portion, which will be the first phase of development. Up to 88 single-family homes are allowed by zoning. D.R. Houghton is proposing 71, which might change a little bit up or down as we move through the engineering process, but it won't exceed 88. The lots will be a minimum of 12,000 square feet each, which is a little more than a quarter acre. So these are good sized lots. Homes will be a mix of 1 and 2 stories. A couple of washes flow through this property, and they're mapped by the town as riparian areas. They originally planned to cross both washes with roadways to allow residents to access directly to La Cholla or Lambert, but we've eliminated the vehicular crossing at the larger wash because the roadway network functions well without it. The neighborhood is proposed to be gated. 2 parcels zoned for multifamily development, which could include townhomes, condos, apartments, or anything like that. The larger of the 2 parcels is 15 acres in size, located along Lambert Lane. The existing zoning allows up to 187 units. We're proposing 106. The smaller multifamily parcel is a little under 5 acres along Cholla Boulevard and is zoned for up to 57 units. We're currently proposing 39. The commercial parcel is about 9.3 acres right at the corner of Lambert and Cholla. It's a neighborhood shopping center that'll feature shops, restaurants, and that sort of thing that you find at a commercial corner of this size. Both the multifamily and the commercial are limited to 2-story buildings and will be built in later phases of development. As town staff said, we're early in the process and haven't made a development plan submitted yet. As we proceed through the engineering process, we will demonstrate compliance with the town's development regulations. We look forward to meeting with you at our upcoming meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oland. I'd like to conclude by reiterating how to make your voice heard over the course of this process. The town invites all of you to attend the neighborhood meeting on March 3rd at Town Hall or online. Again, this is just the first step of the public participation process. Additional information has been posted on ovprojects.com and will be continually updated as the town receives a formal application and additional information. Please use ask@orovalleyaz.gov and ovprojects.com throughout this process to stay informed. We'll continue to notify property owners who received a yellow postcard for this meeting and post the property with yellow signs for upcoming events. If you did not receive a postcard and wish to, please reach out via ask@orovalleyaz.gov and provide your name and address, and we'll ensure that you are notified next time. Again, I'd like to reiterate, it's important to hear your comments and questions early and often. The extent of community participation is what makes Oro Valley a special place. Community input has shaped every development plan application in Oro Valley, just as it will on this project. Stay in the know by checking with ovprojects.com, and we look forward to you joining us at the neighborhood meeting on March 3rd. Thank you very much.